This awesome building is our world headquarters. It's an abandoned 1950s gymnasium, and today we're finishing up phase 2 of the rehabilitation of this. Let me show you what we got going on the inside. Phase 1 was getting this thing to keep from falling down because it was definitely on the verge of collapse when we got it. We ran some cables from side to side. We also put in temporary post and beam. This is a Gothic arch style barn and it's supposed to be self-supporting. It no longer is. The goal is to get it back to that state, but we got steps we got to do. We also jacked up the center of the roof, and just to give you an idea of how far we ended up going up with the roof, and it's still got to go up more, this sat directly on top of a bottle jack, which sat directly on the ground. So this section went up about 18 inches or so. This section went up almost 2 feet. But the inside is all stable and held in place temporarily for the time being. This will all eventually come out, as will all of that. And the last step of phase 1 was to pour these buttresses here to help support this wall, because that wall has a pretty hefty lean out because of the extra pressure since the roof is trying to collapse. Phase 2 began with getting all the brush cleared along this edge, digging this out, getting the correct slope on this, and hauling all of this stone in, the removal of this tree. And today what we're going to finish up is getting this mess all cleaned up, stone placement in there, and the rest of the cables on the inside. And that's going to round out phase 2 for this project, which is huge because phase 3 will be replacing that wall and that wall with new concrete walls, which means we got to jack the barn up, rip those out. No, yeah, you got it. And put new walls underneath. And to round out phase 2 and fund a little bit into phase 3, today we're working with Factor. We do partnerships to work with this. This is an expensive project, it's a big project, and I need a little bit of that extra partnership money to actually make it happen. We're also incredibly transparent about how we spend the money, and you will get notifications somewhere on the screen as we spend it so you know where that money is going. Listen, here's the deal. Some people have mixed feelings about partnerships, and I get it, but I'm not landing my personal helicopter on a custom-made pontoon boat in the middle of the lake. I'm driving an 03 Ranger with 250,000 miles as my daily right now, okay? We're doing what we can with the resources we have. Starting out with truck rental. We are once again renting Dirt Perfect's triaxle dump truck to haul that brush off, haul some dirt out, and haul a load of chert rock in, which I'll show you what that is. We've been hauling that the past few videos, but if you're new to the channel, I'll give you a tour. The compressor and the air dryer that we replaced seems to be doing good. Went with the black hoodies this time. Makes checking oil a little less noticeable. I initially planned on hauling the rest of the material out with this rig. If you're new to the channel, this is the classic Ranwin Parked purchase. So we did get it running again, and then we were working on it, and she was just idling. Something let loose on the inside. Something small, could be something big. Either way, it's making all bad noises, no good noises. So that'll just sit there for a while. And if this is the first time tuning into the channel for a while and you're wondering, now wait a minute, weren't you building another dump truck? I was taking 3 junk trucks, then making one good 1-ton dump truck out of it. Well, we changed course and decided to make that a 1-ton flatbed instead, so I could get a gooseneck trailer put behind it and tow stuff with it, and then started looking for another junk dump truck that was a little bit bigger. So that's where we're at on all that. Let's see if we can get backed in here. Good news is with all the work we've done, we got all kinds of room now. So that's good. So this tailgate can swing like normal, or to pull that lever. And the addition of a pin over here, we can swing it open like a barn style. That's what we're gonna do. That's kind of easiest when we're hauling brush like this. There we go. That'll be good enough for the brush. What's left there, these sticks, we'll get that all mixed in with the dirt on the dirt load. However many loads of dirt there are. We're just gonna leave the gate open, make sure she's locked down. We're not going too far, we're just heading up to the house. Dump it over a pile up there. There's just this little real fancy locking device there. It's not going anywhere. We're just bringing it up here and dumping it next to our burn pile, and we'll burn it at some point when we get a good rainy day. Rainy couple of days, probably. As far as these bigger logs over here, I don't know if you can see, well, I'll show you a second. Let's switch buckets real quick. Looks like Mike was doing some trenching. Old Dirt Perfect snagged the 304 the other day. So this side we set up the laser and made sure we were down and low, good what we need to do, because it took quite a bit out over here. This side, the grade's pretty close to what it needs to be. It just needs to be down about I don't know, a foot. Rake all these sticks and stuff back. We're just mixing it all together. We like to refer to sticks as organic rebar. Well, that's how we'll use it. And just shove it over here out of the way. Well, that'll work for now. And then let's see where our reach is going to be. Set these over here. We doing any digging today? Truck. I'm gonna push that up into place. It doesn't say do not push real big on the back, you know what I mean? Oh yeah. Hoping we don't find any rainbow colored roots over here. That was a assured there's no utilities on this side of the property, so there's no way, you know? Nope, just regular roots. That's good. Let's keep up that trend. Anybody know an excavator detailing service? Well, we've got a bit of dirt on the inside now. Nose up just a little bit. Oh, probably about there. The only thing I can do to increase the height, I can spin around, put my blade down, lift this end of the machine up. So whenever I come around, it puts the boom higher in the air to dump that. But I'm relying on the grade that I know I've got to carry this grade across over there. So if I tilt the machine, it throws me off on that end just a little bit. Point I'm saying is we're just dealing with it. I'm using what I got on the ground right now because that's what I need, and we'll make the truck into things work. Just rocks everywhere. Far away, but they are right there. Well, that root, it didn't miss. Nope. Here's the bright side. At least this was up, though, huh? Because if that was down, that would be completely gone. At least it's just the foothole. Ah, neat. That's cool. Awesome. You know, here's the bright side. I'll think of it. Give me a minute. I'll think of it. Anyway, we shifted this way enough that now the truck is shifted over there. Well, here. I got this cool function. Truck's over here now, so we can start side loading some. Cool. Okay. Could be worse. Fella could record it and then put it on YouTube for everybody to see. That could be a thing. Goodness, we're not doing that, huh? That'd be plumb embarrassing. Oh, yeah, I'd say we got a load of material. Oh gosh. Oh, those knees can't do that much more. All right, let's go get rid of this thing. Get loaded out with load number 2 here. I think 2 loads is gonna be it too. That's a lot of 2s. I'm looking, I don't see a frame on this thing. It's just this hose, or this, whatever. I'm at a loss for words right now. And these brackets, I'm betting a fella can just go down to a glass shop. If I put a piece of cardboard and got the right measurement between that and the bottom of the door and just get a piece of glass made, I bet I don't have to order anything fancy. Load that out in the truck. Okay. We're gonna find out, not in this video, but at some point. So we got that down to where it needs to be. We're just gonna pick up the rest of this little stuff that are tossed on. We'll take a peek up there, see what load 2 looks like, but I'm thinking we're pretty close. Beautiful. Well, not a full load, but certainly not empty. We've been wanting to just kind of build this bank out over time. We're just losing these loads of dirt up here. People have been asking about the chicken coop. It's doing great. We haven't had any issues with it. Still some little basic trim that we'll never finish, not in my lifetime, not in yours. But other than that, it's housing chickens just fine. We picked up a passenger. All right, you ready to go? Okay. She's always wanted to see where the chert pit's at, where the chert comes from. And that's our next load, so I figure we'll show her. Okay, we gotta back out of here, okay? Because I can't swing that at the end of the driveway there.
What do you mean by back? Oh.
Yep. Think we'll make it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I can't believe they have a baby cat. A cow, cat, a bull.
They got it all, don't they?
They even have like a lounge area on their pond.
This is the church. This is where we get it out of the ground.
There's chur under us?
Yeah, it's a big old chert pit. So this is what we call chert rock. It's a mix. You guys have seen it if you've been with the channel for a while. We just hauled a whole bunch of it. It's just a mix of rock, sand, and clay, and they just have this big layer of it up here on their property. We're running the case 140 to get her loaded. The reason we use this versus crushed limestone, for us, it's about 1/3 the price of the limestone. So we'll run this as a base rock. It doesn't make a bad top rock. When it gets wet, the clay will kind of throw up on your car a little bit if you got like a bright color car, but it doesn't make a bad top rock either. But normally we'll run it as a base and then put crushed limestone on top of it to just polish it up and clean it up. That's the same thing we're gonna do down there at the gym. So if you're wondering why we're using this for the base rock this time around and not why we didn't use it the first time around, the main reason I mentioned the cost, that cost savings is only applicable if he's got equipment up here. If he doesn't have anything sitting up here to load with and I gotta pay to truck stuff in to load with as well, that cost savings goes out the window and it's just about the same for me just to get the limestone. He really only trucks this stuff once a year. He just kind of saves up a bunch of orders, moves an excavator up here, he'll move a dozer up here to clean it all up when he's 100% finished. That's why we got a bunch of videos of hauling this stuff right now. It's chert hauling mode, I guess. So that's what we're doing. Making hay when the sun's shining? That's a thing, right? People say that. I can't remember. All these geodes? Nice.
I got more up there too.
These are some good finds.
You might have to put them in your pockets too.
You got pockets too. All right,
know,
I'll put some in my pockets, you put some in your pockets.
I have to get the up.
There is a ton of cool fossils and geodes in here. We always take these back anytime we take a load to the house. The kids will go through, pick through everything. Say kids, me and the Admiral do it as well. And then we'll crack them open with hammers. It's always a good time. It's a hoot. So 2 loads of material out and 1 load of good base rock in. Tomorrow we'll get that all spread around, but it's 5 o'clock right now. Tonight's one of those nights where we go home, we change clothes, we load up, and we got the extracurriculars, and then we get back to 8:30, 9 o'clock. Not every night's like that, but if you got kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I promised her we can come down here and play just a little bit before we take off. So she's gonna do that. That's close, give her another go. You'll get it, I'm confident. She's got her dad's athleticism. Anywho, today's video is brought to you guys by Factor, which is perfect because that is not the right pouch. That being said, today's video is brought to you by Factor, which is perfect. They are a meal delivery service. That's exactly what I need today. You got keto, you got calorie smart. I go with the protein plus. I love it. It's fantastic. It's flexible. You'll be out of town a week, skip a week. You can do that. You don't like what you're getting, you can change it around. That's fine. They're fresh, never frozen. They are dietitian approved. They are chef prepared. I get their smallest selection because I don't do this every day. obviously, but there are days like today where it's just, I'm in a hurry, but I still want something that tastes good and something that doesn't make me feel like I just went through the fast food. The other fantastic thing they have that I've been absolutely crushing are this protein shakes. This is a coffee one. I do this for my breakfast. It's 18 grams of protein, 110 milligrams of caffeine, and it tastes amazing. It really does. I've been loving the protein shake. Fast forward in time. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. It came out of the microwave. This one's mashed potatoes, grilled chicken, there's some corn in there. It's just a good old-fashioned meal, and it's pretty daggone good. It's hot. There you go. It's food. It's delicious. It's delivered to your door. It's the perfect thing if you got a hectic life like we do and you still want something tasty. If you guys want to try it out, then I suggest you click the link in the description. You get 50% off your first order, and I think 20% off your second order, if I'm not mistaken. But I've been wrong before. Click the link and find out. If you're not interested, don't click the link. That's my advice. Don't do something you don't want to do. Well, it's the following morning. Oh my goodness. Left my tumbler on the track and I've already been moving around. Got lucky on that one. If you're thinking that looks like too much chert rock for what we're doing, you're not wrong. But like we talked about, it makes a good base. And we like to cap it with the white stone. So I switched buckets, slapped the smooth face bucket on there real quick. We're gonna peel back some of this white rock over here, get that chert rock underneath, and then roll the white rock across it. You'll see, it's all gonna make sense. That's not great. That's what DJI Action 3 looks like after you run over it with the 304 Mini. Here's the main thing. The SD card's still intact. That is good. That is not. Oof. So we got all the chert rock busted out. It looks good, it feels good when we're tracking across it. There's not a whole bunch of motocross tracks in there, not a lot of whoop-de-doos and whoop-de-don'ts. It feels nice and smooth, and you can tell when you're sitting in the machine, there's a slight lean this way, so our grade that way is looking good. The next step, we're gonna take some of this and just shove it across there and then just kind of push back and forth and back drag a whole lot. Just mix the top cap in. Now here's what you gotta remember. This is not the 1000% complete, building's 100% done, there's nothing left to do on it finish. This is the construction correct slopage finish. So when this is all said and done, whenever we replace this wall and redo the footers, there's gonna be footer drains that get trenched across there. There's gonna be piping trenched across there because eventually we're gonna put a gutter along the bottom of that whenever that wall is replaced. There's some stuff that has to get trenched along there still, and we're gonna have quite a bit of construction traffic, concrete trucks, pump trucks, lumber deliveries, things like that. So there's no point in spending the money on good, clean white rock to do the 1000% cap on this that it'll have when it's all said and done. So don't be like, that doesn't look great. I wouldn't have it at my place. Well, one, not your place, you know what I mean? Two, it's because it's not 1000% done. Just getting this stuff shoved around, a little back blading, a whole lot of track packing, some back blading and floating while we're track packing. I was going to bring the roller down here, but the Admiral actually has the 2500 today. She's out picking up some cow manure at a local dairy farm for the garden, so I don't have the 2500 to haul any compactors in, but we might do that in the future. We'll just have to see what time allows and what equipment is available, but this thing is shaping up awesome. Look at the size of this thing. Look how much more room we've got here now. This is, I don't know, incredible is the word I'm going to use. It's huge. You know how many when parked vehicles we can cram in this spot? A lot. That's good because I got a lot of them. So I need to get this walked back up to the house because it's going back to the pool project, so we can get going on that again and get the walls finished out on the pool project by the end of October. That is the goal, and I think we're right in sight. But the fuel light was flashing on me, and it's a pretty long drive. So I think next we're gonna go grab the fuel trailer. Well, this is my little fuel trailer setup. It's not as fancy as a Thunder Creek. I've had some people call it the old Whisper Stream. That's fine. It's just got the old Vever fuel tank on here with a little pump. It's an IBC tote. It's pretty handy though. We can pull it with the side-by-side or wherever we need it on the property. We can pull it with the truck wherever we need it on the property. And on the IBC tote, if I can't get the trailer there, we can fork it with the tractor too. Comes in handy. Definitely beats a 5-gallon can. Oh gosh. Now that's a good looking rig. She's making me back up though. I got the trailer, she's making me back up. Drivers these days, disrespectful. Did you get what you needed?
I did. We had so much fun.
We got a pet baby cow.
You got a pet baby cows?
Oh my gosh, so many baby cows.
Oh yeah, they got them some of the good stuff. Nice. Very nice.
Shameless plug, shout out to Hagedorn Dairy Farm for hooking me up with some cow poop.
Hagedorn
Thanks, Greg.
Dairy Farm. There you go. Okay, I'm going back to the gym. I'm done with the excavator. I'm getting ready to walk it up the hill. topped her off with 28 gallons. Take that off the tab. Definitely beats a 5-gallon can, and we still got half a tank left in there for the other equipment. So that's perfect. We're gonna walk this thing up to the house. What? So on the inside, we've got these cables right here. We talked about in a previous video. They kind of help pull this arch back together. So whenever we rip that wall out down below, hopefully that helps prevent that side from kicking out. I've got stuff to do 3 more cables. We ran out of time on a previous video. I'd like to get that finished up today. With these. I forgot to buy washers, but I got a bunch of these. I mean, that'll, yeah, same thing. All right, there's one contraption. I need to do 3 more. Because the backside of this bolt sticks out a little bit, we got to very carefully drill a hole in the wall at the right location so that can stick through it. Let's see. We'll mark it first, you know. About right at the top. And we got 5-inch timber locks that we're running into the structure itself. That's perfect. So the OSB obviously is not original to the gym. Somebody put that at some point to cover this old beadboard. But this is what we're screwing to. 1x oaks that are all laminated together to make the arch. So we're running through the OSB, through this, into those. So we're going just underneath that shelf. I need to get some of this stuff moved down and out of the way. Eventually, all these shelves are coming down. There'll be nothing on this wall. Everything will be storage down underneath. And I may build some like rolling shelves up here to where we can store stuff. And you know, roll them around because they're rolling shelves. But we'll get there when we get there. Not overly concerned about it at this point. I am overly concerned about the building falling down, you know, so. Oh no, that's good for it. What's holding that up? Is that on that? Nothing like taking out what looks like a support to the shelf above you, you know? Oh yeah. Nice. We're just matching what's on the other side. So we'll go like that. And that's pretty much perfect. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Every brand constantly does this. This is the Coke brand, Cook brand, Kof brand, who really knows? Vevers does the same thing. Big Red does the same thing. I'll show you in a second. It's very annoying. This little piece of steel right there. It's supposed to help keep the cable organized and keep it down on the drum, but it ends up getting wedged in those teeth. And that's that brand there. I don't know if you can see it. My Vever one does that. The two big red ones I have do the same thing. Looks like it's just held on by a couple rivets. I just need to cut those off and get them out of the way. So with those set, what we gotta do now is find the right place to put the loop on this end of the cable. So it's a little awkward holding tension on these two cables to get my clamps and stuff on. So what I'm gonna try, I don't know how well this is gonna bite on the cable. I'm gonna try to just put a 3-wrap pressic on it. See if it'll snag that cable, and then maybe I can have that pressic, feels like it's gonna bite fine, have that pressic hold the slack for me. That will hold my cable slack. For the most part, it's not bad. Then I can work my loop down here, not having to fight that slack the whole time. We're just putting 2 on each one. That's what I'm telling myself. Of course, torque down to the perfect spec. We'll just pull the slack out with the come along, what's left. Except right now it's pulling on the pressic. There we go. With those in place, I'm going to go ahead and sink a bunch more screws in those and the ones we have in place. And then there's another thing I need to do behind you. See how much higher this one is compared to the rest of them? We need to take that one down, lower it, and then adjust that anchor loop on it. Pretty good bend to it. I feel like she's not gonna be far from breaking. So instead of just lowering this, we'll take that other one out and we'll pick up some of those bigger bolts. So next time we come down here, we can upgrade it and we'll be ready. All we gotta do is slap it up, the cable's done. Smooth. All right. Same thing, we'll end up replacing the bolt on this one too, just for the sake of fun. How about a few cranks on these two? Ooh. Here, the tension on that one. Pull this one more. See if we can get them to even out sound-wise. Huh? Hear that works? Now the one closest to you is the higher pitch, so it's got a little more on it. You go back and forth. Makes sense. I'm not going to pull any more until we get the rest of the cables on here, but I think that's going to work fairly well for us. That should do the job. Let's see, 510. Beautiful. Yeah. We may hang something off those cables though for our 6-foot friends. So we're down to replacing 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts, getting those boards back up, come-alongs clicked in, tensioned. We're ready for phase 3, which is fantastic. And with these already installed and the temporary beam that's installed down below and the remainder of the funding from this partnership from Factor, we have everything into phase 3 except for the cost of the concrete. So that's big. If we can get us a partnership rounded up sometime in November, then we'll be doing concrete, doing the ICF wall on that half of the building. That's a pretty big step, and I'm pretty excited about it. Can't thank you guys enough for watching and all your support. Remember, this is the last, October 26th is when the merch link in the description that I always forget to put in, that somebody is always generous enough to put in a comment. This is the last chance. Pre-orders are up until the 26th of October. This should be on the 24th of October. So it's your last chance to get your pre-orders in for merch for this year. Huge thanks to Factor for getting us through this step and into phase 3. I'm just